The next presenter who is here, who is ready to go, Jazz, would you like to present yourself?
I am, yeah. I'm Jazmine. I have a presentation for you today talking about the Young Inventor Challenge from the United States. So I'm going to introduce the program, and then we have someone who won the Inventor Challenge actually a few years ago, well, a little bit more than a few years ago, that'll be after me. And then after that, we're going to be introducing all the kids that won in the 2020 challenge. So quite a few presentations coming up, but at first I thought I would introduce the program. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Let's see here. Share, and then present. Just making sure we can see that. I think so. Okay, so like I said, I'm here to say that you can design your own toy or game. I'm Jazmine, the director of the Young Inventor Challenge with People of Play. The Young Inventor Challenge, so a little background on it. It was founded by Mary Cousin, and it's hosted annually on Navy Pier in Chicago. It attracts over 30,000 people from around the world who are interested in toys and games, or are inventors themselves, or just in the industry. There's over 150 toy and game companies that are there that show their latest and greatest products. All right, this is the 2019 fair. Of course, I couldn't show the 2020 fair this year because we hosted it completely virtually because of the pandemic. So this is an aerial view of the 2019 fair. In the blue area that you see up top, that's the fair where companies are showcasing their latest and greatest products. But down in the red area, which is what we're focusing on today, is the Young Inventor Challenge. So it's set up kind of like a science fair. That's how I like to compare it and tell people about it. So you see all the kids down there, they have their poster boards, they have their games laid out on the tables, and then judges come around and ask them questions about their game. And then in the end, there is an award show as well. So just so you can see a little bit, this is a very small picture compared to how big it actually is. This is hosted on Navy Pier in a giant convention room. It goes way down. I wish I had like a scooter when I was there sometimes, because it takes so long to get from one end to the other. The mission of the program is to inspire the next generation to use creativity, critical thinking, and STEAM skills to invent the next best-selling toy or game. So in simple terms, here's how it works. Kids ages 6 to 18 are able to enter. They invent a toy or a game that they would like to present, and then they create a pitch video that will be seen by some of the biggest toy and game companies around the world. So they make the pitch video, and that's how we did it this year too, being completely virtual, but then also they create a prototype of their game and a poster board to bring to Chicago if they're able to, and present it in person to the judges. It doesn't have to work that way. You could just be virtual and do the pitch video, but we encourage people to come out to Chicago if you're interested. And then in the end, they receive feedback from the industry professionals. Now I'll say I've been with the program since October. I got to see some of the feedback that the judges gave the kids from this year's. And I wish I got feedback like that when I created stuff. The feedback was absolutely incredible. It's not just like, oh, that was a great game, or, oh, you know, it needs more work. They actually dug into the game and said, you know, what aspects were really good, or what aspects could be enhanced and work better. And with that feedback, kids are able to, you know, work on their games a little bit more over the year, and then submit again the next year if they would like, or just scratch the idea and come up with a whole new game if they want to. But the feedback that they get from the professionals it's priceless. All right, so I wanted to just take a second to thank our sponsors. So this year, our sponsors were Magformers, Mattel, Goliath, and Hasbro. But when you look across the bottom there, you can see sponsors, or see companies that have sponsored over the years, and it's just like incredible to see these big name companies out there. So like Spin Master, Lego, Target, Razer, Scholastic, Play Monster. I mean, these are companies that we've all heard of. And all have been sponsors. All right, some benefits from the program. So kids get to be creative, kids learn teamwork. So they can either submit the game by themselves, or they can submit the game in pairs of twos. And in some cases, there's classrooms or programs that do this as part of their curriculum. So we have some champion teachers out there that do this in their classrooms. We have after school programs that do this. So they're working in teams. Although their project isn't in teams, they're still working with each other to create their own games. And I think that's incredible. And then kids can, of course, win big prizes. In some cases, kids can get their games manufactured and sold in stores. And I'll talk more about that in a second. But just just to highlight more about the program and what they learn from it. So they're learning, you know, entrepreneurship. They have to research and do brainstorming. So they're using the engineering design process. They're designing games. They're working on rule writing, prototyping, play testing. When you play test, you get feedback from your peers, and then how can you use that to you know, make your game a little bit better. Or when I was talking to one of the winners, he was saying it took so long to play the game. It was like Monopoly. It was taking hours to play the game. And they didn't know that when they first created it. It wasn't until play testing that they learned that. They were able to go back and look at the rules and figure out how to speed up the game. And then presentation skills. So this is a huge one, being able to communicate and share your ideas out with others. So ideas are great when they're in your head. Ideas are great when they're sitting on the table, but they're the best when you can share them out with other people and see where it can go. So like I said, creating that pitch video, creating your presentation board, sharing it with others. And then of course to have fun. When I asked all the winners how they felt about this year, that was one thing that they all brought up, was just how challenging it was, but how much fun they had. All right, some successful stories. So Nick Metzler, who you actually hear from after I'm done here, his game that he submitted was called Squash, and it was licensed by PlaySmart. This is back in 2012. And then since then, he has now became an actual designer and product acquisition exec with Spin Master. So he won the Toy Game Inventor Rising Star Award back in 2018. So like I said, you'll hear from Nick after this. And then Lily and Tate, they created the game Bet You Can't. They won in 2018, and then their game was also licensed and sold exclusively at Target. And then the game Draw Into Crime is by Tiggy back in 2017, which is a mashup of Clue, Pictionary, and Guess Who. And I watched her pitch video, and yeah, it's definitely those three games put together in one. So her game was licensed by Play Monster and also sold in stores. So just some of the success stories. And then from this year, 2020, there are a couple games that the sponsors were interested in to see if they're able to bring it to market as well. All right, so the Young Inventor Challenge from this year, like I said, it was a fully virtual event, very different from what we've seen in the past. So on October 31st, that's when the students' registrations were due. And then on November 21st, we hosted the first virtual Young Inventor Award show. So I just threw a QR code on there. So if anyone's interested in watching it, they're able to watch it there on YouTube. And I just took a screenshot, which actually to get a screenshot of yourself that looks okay in a video is very challenging. So that's the best that we got. But I encourage you to check it out. The awards is about 40 minutes long, and you get to see everyone's pitch videos and hear from our sponsors. And then also you get to hear from the inventor of Bop It and kind of the story of how Bop It came to be. It wasn't originally meant to be a toy or a game. It was originally created to be something else, but I'll leave that to you to check out when you watch the video. And then our winners from this year, so from our sponsor Mattel, had most creative games. We have Joey and Dominic with Sasquatch Stop, and then Ninja Penguins by Catherine. Most marketable game was sponsored by Magformers. We have Forest Face Off created by Vivian, and then Beat the Best by Ellie. And then Best Active Play sponsored by Hasbro. We have PE Catastrophe by Victoria, Magic Gem Race by Noah and Calder. The Best Game Concept was sponsored by Goliath with Chicken Poo Bingo with Cooper, and Cooper will not be with us today, but if I have time at the end of my session, I would like to share her pitch video. And then Diamond Heist by Luna, Anna, and the Bagel Club team. So there's a group of 5 of them that have worked on that game together. And then we have Best Playful Learning sponsored by People of Play with Protect the Garden made by Jacob, and then King of the Board by Antonio. So that's our winners there. And then I just wanted to say it's never too early to start inventing. So like I said, this is always hosted the week before Thanksgiving. Even though it's January now and that won't be until November, you can definitely start on your games already. So if anyone's interested, definitely check out the website and you'll get a lot more information there. I hope to see you guys back in Chicago next year. Hopefully with the pandemic settling down, we'll be able to be back in person, but that is what I have for you there. Let's see where we're at with the time. Oh, maybe we don't have enough time right now to show her video. But
we have a couple of minutes if you want.
Okay, I can pull it up real quick. Yeah, I can share her video. Let's see, I'm gonna stop share real fast and then reshare again. It's only like a minute or two, so all right, let's check it out. Can you see that full screen?
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead. Sound will come in just a second.
Hi, I'm Cooper Dean from Tampa, Florida. And why am I standing in front of a stinky old chicken coop? Well, I invented a new game called Chicken Poo Bingo. Y'all come check it out. First, you pass out the bingo cards. Each player should get one card and the bingo markers. Next, you choose the game from the game book. There's different ways to play. You load the chicken so she can mark the board. You can use any small candies. Today, I'm using little balls of Tootsie Rolls. So first, you have to unscrew its head, drop the candy in, and screw its head back on. And right there, you have your perfect chicken. Just to be clear, I did not make this chicken. I got it in my Easter basket. But the real chicken will move around a lot more. I thought this one would work for now. Now, you line up the chicken and let her go. Wow, she pooped at number 33. If you have 33, mark it on your card. Oh, and don't forget the free space. Keep loading her up and letting her go until somebody gets bingo. If they get bingo, yell chicken poo bingo. The winner gets candy. Well, that's my game. Thanks for checking it out, and I hope you love it. Bye.
All right. Yeah, so that was Cooper's. Like I said, she's out camping, which sounds weird to me because I'm in Minnesota and it's snowing. But she's in Florida out camping with her family and won't be with us today. But I did want to share her video.
I love her game. It was great.
Yeah, I think it's hilarious.
What a brilliant idea.